Alright, you guys, welcome back to some Ley-Line. We are doing, quite frankly, a crazy plan, in my opinion. So we're going to try to create this big event to prevent all the students from going back to their dorms, to prevent them from being taken over by the night students. We're not exactly sure what all the motivation is behind that, but we're going to be recruiting Kurodani and Yoshida. Not that they know that, but we're going to have them kind of like spread something around the school about an event coming up. We're going to try to get Shogun Senpai to try to help us out a little bit. I'm not sure how that's going to go. We just have a lot of elements we're trying to do here, and I'm not super confident in this plan. I think that the teachers, the faculty of the school probably knows a little bit more than they're letting on. So let's go ahead and see how this goes. Hey, Kurodani and Yoshida.
どうしたの？嫌にテンション高いじゃない。
What? You haven't heard about it yet?
何かあったの？
Wrong tense. Something's gonna happen, right, Omaru?
なんか明後日の放課後にイベントがあるらしいよ。
学園で？放課後ってことは寮で？
No, there's talk that it's special and that we can stay here.
マジで？本当に？残ってていいの？
As expected, the two of them are taking the bait and their eyes are sparkling.
いいらしいよ。
すごい！初めてじゃん、そんなの。何があるんだろう。楽しみだね。あ、他の子にも知らせないと。
Wow, that's exactly what we were hoping for. Spreading the word is fine, but it's a somewhat secret event, so make sure the teachers don't find out.
わかった。任せといてよ。ねえ聞いた？待ってよ、マーヤちゃん。
The excited Kurodani tells all of her friends who are entering the classroom one by one. I'm just imagining her just greeting people like, hey, have you heard? Okay, go back to your seat. Hey, have you heard? Go back to your seat. Like, just telling them all. At this rate, it'll be all over the school in no time at all. All according to plan. That's gotta be a Death Note reference, right? All according to Keikaku. As the translator note said.
でも、あんなに喜んでるんだもん。花火、ちゃんとやらないとね。
If the fireworks don't go up when they're supposed to, then all the students living in the West Dorm are gonna disappear. Why did he say that so casually? Like, that's so dark, and he's just like, yeah, all the students are gonna disappear. Like, it's not a big deal. Mibu-san and I arranged for Shogun Senpai to come to the bureau office for an important discussion.
お邪魔します。
She gives a polite bow and greets us as she
お呼び立て
enters.
して申し訳ありません。いいの、
Don't even lie, her schedule's not busy.
いいの。生徒からの相談ならいつでも大歓迎だよ。
Yeah, you keep them open because you probably can't reach it to open it if you close it.
ありがとうございます。それじゃ
Freaking
あ。
Momo Senpai. Mibu-san gives me a look. Ooh. Mibu, not the time, but call me later. In order for her to concentrate on Shogun Senpai's true intentions, I'm gonna be the one doing the talking.
最初はまだ下手に確信は話せない。
If her loyalty lies with the school, then we'll be revealing our hand to them. Yeah, I feel like Momo is unknowingly a dog for the school. Okay, and by a dog, I mean like she's loyal to them, right? Dogs are loyal creatures. And I don't think she realizes sometimes that she's being used for their purposes. So I'm curious to see how this conversation's gonna go. They definitely need to tread lightly, because I don't know. She might side with them, you know? I have to be cautious.
実は村雲くんのお姉さんが聖護院先輩にお会いしたいと言っているのですが。
Oh, has Sumi-chan not met her?
村雲のお姉さん。あ、スケープゴートの？
I don't know. And does this bother anybody else that they kind of like refer to her as a scapegoat? Like, it's always like kind of a derogatory term to me. I don't know. It rubs me kind of the wrong way that they kind of just refer to her, or they only know her as that. Like, I think her personality and her identity is more than just, sacrificing a part of her mana for the school.
そうです。聖護院先輩はスケープゴートのこともご存知なんですね。もちろん。学園長から聞いたので。
Okay, so she knows about that room, but probably guessing she doesn't know that it's been cleared out
学園
recently.
長から聞いたのは
えっと
では夜の世界の生徒たちが異世界から来ているという話は
So, like, these are all good questions to ask, but it's also very telling that you're trying to probe her for information. You're trying to see what she knows, which kind of makes you look suspicious, like you're really planning something here.
それも一番初めに聞いたよ。
他には何も
I glance over at Mibu-san from the corner of my eye. She gives a slight shake of her head, signifying that she hasn't detected anything out of place so far.
どうやら聖護院先輩も学園側がやっていることは知らないようですね
Principal told her the same superficial story that we heard, yet another person who was made to believe that was the truth.
それで村雲のお姉さんがモモに何のご用なのかな。
すみません実は非常に恐ろしいことをお話ししなければなりません
Okay, so we're just gonna trust her with this then.
恐ろしい
夜の生徒たちの真実です
真実？夜の生徒たちがどうかしたの？
She flinches at the word terrifying, but her expression quickly changes to a serious one filled with worry. I feel relieved that there shouldn't be any problems with telling her. That's what you would think. She truly does prioritize the safety of the students here. Beside me, Mibu-san heaves a small sigh of relief. I start talking, having made up my mind.
彼らは実は
Now, it's not like I want to distrust Shogun, but we also know that they're using some kind of hypnotism magic. So there's always the possibility that someone's being made to believe they don't know anything, but they do. I mean, I think it would make sense if the magic circle has like a way of like communicating, maybe like people do. But maybe I'm going a little bit too far. I don't know what extent magic like can do something like that in this world. I explained to her that they're most like the victims of the fire 20 years ago who perished in it. Shogun Senpai's face soon goes pale. Once I mentioned that the school wants to revive them for some unknown reason, she's practically in tears.
つまり西寮の生徒たちの体に憑依させた状態で定着させることによって復活させるつもりのようなのです
だってそれじゃ西寮の昼の子たちは？
もちろん体をよりしろにされるわけですから存在しないことになってしまうでしょう
そんなかわいそすぎるよ。
She practically shouts that out loud and then droops her eyes before trying to string together a sentence.
いや夜の生徒だってもちろんかわいそうだと思うけどでもだからって昼の子を消しちゃうのは
許されることではないと思います私たちはそれを阻止したいのです
そうだねうん止めるべきだよ
She looks back up at us and clenches her fists in front of her chest, but her voice is still quivering.
そんな恐ろしいことやってたなんて知らなかったでもどうやって止めるの？何か方法があるの？
いろいろ話し合ったのですが一番確実なのは食の日の夜に生徒たちを寮に帰らせないことだと思いまして
I think one of my other concerns with this, though, is we just saw that cutscene of Fuhito kind of putting seals on all the mists, which she thinks are only going to last a few days. I'm wondering if she's planning on letting them all go free on that day. Like, she's going to cause some sort of chaos and make sure that her plan, like, goes through. But I don't know. Does she really need them to go back to the dorm? Because I think we're going to be able to prevent that. I think that part of the plan will probably go smoothly. But I'm not sure. I don't know. I think there's more to the story here. There's more to the plan on their part. So we're going to have to wait and see.
そうかよりしろが帰ってこないと魔術が発動しても意味ないってことだね
Because we're really banking on this part. And I think that they're going to plan for this being a thing. Like us trying to stop them.
そうです
So,
なのでその日花火大会を開催するので放課後も残っていいということにしたいのです
I can see some sun shining through her cloudy expression. She leans forward and nods in response to my
ですか
plan.
ら風紀委員会にも協力していただきたいのです。その日生徒たちを返さないように。
そうか、わかったよ。もちろん協力するよ。モモたちはいつも通り起量させずに残ってていいよってやればいいんだね。
I don't know. And like I said, I don't want to think bad of Shoguin, but I wonder if she's really in control. I want to see where the loyalty of the disciplinary committee lies at, if it's really with her, or if she's just kind of been a puppet at the head. Because I don't know. Momo's just not the kind of person who I would think would be able to kind of lead people. I think she's very childish. Okay, I'm not saying she's not capable. I'm just saying she's very childish, and I wonder if her position isn't really as big as she thinks it is.
へえ、その通りです。
I mean, I could be wrong on
ありがとうございま
that.
す。
I'm just saying realistically, I don't think I would see her leading the disciplinary committee.
よかった。風紀が味方についてくれれば格段に楽になる。
Yeah, like everyone's really optimistic about this plan. That's why I think that there's way more to it than we're gonna plan for.
協力してそんな恐ろしいこと絶対に止めよう。夜の生徒たちはかわいそうだけど。
Seeing her melancholic face brings pain to my heart. She's known the night students for longer than we have.
ですが仕方がありません。私たちの推測が正しければ彼らはすでに生きていない人たちなのです。
じゃあ成仏できなくて迷ってるっていうことでもあるのかな。
そうとも言えるでしょうね。
それもダメだよね。うん、やっぱり止めなきゃ。
止めましょう。必ず。
Okay, well, it's going smoothly so far, I guess.
たまや
Asmi lets out a cheer at the fireworks while the ones in the magical compound she sets off.
どうしーちゃん、だいぶ花火っぽくなったでしょ。
まだちょっと歪んでるけどな。
練習するもん。大丈夫。当日までには絶対まん丸にしてみせる。
なんでそんなにノリノリなんだ。
Her expression suddenly grows serious as I think to myself about how she's acting like a kid.
だってさ、だって私たちにとってのこの計画の大成功ってさ、何も知らない生徒たちに何も知らないまま無事でいてもらうことでしょ。
Yeah, it does need to be big enough that it warrants staying after school.
まあそうだな。
食の日とか魔術とか生徒には関係ないもん。花火大会があるだけなんだもん。花火綺麗だったねって終わらなきゃでしょ。
She was being totally serious about this in her own way.
だから頑張るんだ。そ
生徒には関係ないか。そうだな。
I turned to look at the mark on my left hand, which I unconsciously started touching.
いざとなったらと思ってたけど。
Yeah, I think he's gonna have to cash in on this. Things seem to be progressing smoothly for
最
now.
悪花火大会が失敗しそうだったらこいつの力を借りるのもありか。
I don't know, they've kind of been slowly building this up in the background, so I'm kind of hoping we get to see something from it, right? We have to keep the students from going back to the dorms no matter what. Based on what it said, Morphe should have the power to do that.
ちょっとしーちゃん見てる？
ああ、見てる見てる。まだ楕円形になってるぞ。
もうちょいなんだけどな。
I'm hoping that it doesn't come down to that. It's not because I'm afraid of using its power, though.
見て見て、今の綺麗じゃない？
ああ、悪くないんじゃないか。
やったねー。いけるいける。頑張れ私。
Hopefully all the effort she's putting into this doesn't go to waste. I'm just worried that they're doing that there, because I think the principal is very aware of that area. It's really interesting having gone through the principal's route. I think it gave us a few clues as to kind of what she does and doesn't know, right? And that was one of the areas that we got to spend a lot of time with her. It was kind of our escape from the school, right? So I think she's very aware of that area. And so she probably knows that they're like working on something. The magical compound makes a bubbling noise and releases a plume of smoke.
いい色成功ね
All that's left is to combine it with the liquid I extracted earlier and add
うん
mana.
我ながらうまくいってるわ早速明日これを全員に配って使い方を説明しないと
Okay. So they're getting ready too. Guess we're just kind of seeing what everyone's working on right now. Whew, I'm beat. After taking care of all those loose ends, by the time I get back to my room, it's already dark outside. At least news of the event's gotten pretty far in just one day. I hear a sound coming from the door. Heading over to check, I see that some sort of letter's been slipped under the door. What's this? It's from Heidi. The seal of the envelope is signed Adelheid. Opening it, I find a single sheet of paper. Let's see, I have something to discuss with the members of the Bureau, so could you please assemble the breezeway tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. That's damn early. Well, she probably doesn't want us being seen by the other students. And if she's calling us to the school, did she figure something else out? If so, there might be some new development. Quickly dive into the covers of my bed so I don't oversleep tomorrow. What if I actually left a note instead of just, like, talking to us directly?
Ah, Michi! Ohayo!
I mean, you could say she's just being discreet, but I don't know. I've never known her to write letters like that. Hey. With my tired eyes, I come to the breezeway early in the morning and see that Muko, Maru, and Tsubaki-chan are already
さす
here.
がに古賀くんも眠そうだな
I know, I've been so tired today. I like even went to bed like a little bit earlier than I usually do. Still woke up tired. I can barely keep my eyes open. Roguin Senpai staggers in while greeting us with slurred words.
先輩も呼ばれていた大丈夫ですか頑張ってください
Only 7 o'clock, guys. Hearing the familiar sound of a door, the Murakumo siblings make their appearance using the key of
村
Vienna's.
雲さんまで
Yeah, why is everyone being gathered? I don't know. Am I bad for being suspicious right now? Like, am I overthinking this? Because it said the members of the Bureau, and then there's more than just the Bureau here. And I've never really seen Adelheid write notes like that.
スミ
She's
ちゃん
usually pretty
スミちゃんも呼
straightforward.
び出されたのか
手紙にこいつも連れてくるように書いてあったんですよ。
全員呼び出すなんて何かあったのかな
She can't talk about it in the dorm. Maybe they discovered something or want to perform some sort of
いずれ
experiment.
にせよ重大事項でしょうね
So trying to figure out why we've been gathered here, the people in question appear.
おはようございます
Look who finally decided to
時
show
間
up.
通りじゃないのそれより皆さん揃ってこんな朝早くから一体何の用なの
Yeah? Okay, so I'm right to be suspicious? Because she was the one who was supposed to have invited us. Not a good feeling, guys. I didn't have a good feeling
そ
about
りゃ
this.
こっちのセリフだぞ。
Eddie looks at all of us with a dubious look on her face.
何よそれそっちが呼び出したんでしょ
私の部屋に来た手紙は
何のことですこちらの手紙は徳さからでしたけれど
Oh no. Oh no. Muko and the butler's eyes widen and quickly survey the area. At the moment, we see the figures of several people at both ends of the breezeway.
空気
Ah, shit. I knew it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Momo didn't have control of them. The disciplinary committee members. Both of our exits are blocked and we're effectively trapped.
何なのそんな指示出してないのに
I saw this coming. I really did.
どうしたと言うんだみんな
Nobody answers Momo-senpai's or Tsubaki-chan's questions. Their gazes turned away. This
う
is...
かつでしたこんな露骨な罠に引っかかるとは
聖護院先輩でないなら
The wall of disciplinary committee members opens up and the person we're all expecting shows herself.
もちろん
This
私が指示したのだよ。
I'm telling you guys, this isn't a surprise to me. It really, really is not. I knew they were not being as discreet as they thought they were. Principal walks towards us while giving her usual thunderous laughter.
やっぱ
君たちは完全に包囲されている。
Kohito, you're such a bad villain. Like,
じい。
thanks, Captain Obvious.
やはり学園長はあの計画を実行する側の人間なのですね。
ご推察の通りだよ。まさか夜の世界の秘密を解き明かされてしまうとは思わなかった。そこで何も見なかったことにしてもらえないかな。
What kind of sick joke is
私は
that?
大真面目だよ。私も大切な生徒とことを構えたくない。できるならこのまま放っておいても君たちには何も危害は及ばないのだから。
Well, this is actually good because this gives us an opportunity to kind of talk to her and see why exactly they're doing this.
そういう問題ではありません。
もしそれか後ろめたいというのなら、
Yep.
君たちは見聞きしたことを何もかも忘れさせてあげることができるから安心したまえ。
I'll ask you again, what kind of sick joke is
こちら
that?
こそ大真面目なのだよ。ちい。はあ、その通りだよ、二の前くん。我々はこの時を20年間も待ったのだ。この儀式は学園にとってとても大切な儀式なのだよ。
Time to add fuel to my fire of my theory. Yes, exactly, Nino Maiku. We, as in these two, have been waiting for this for 20 years.
それでは今の西寮の生徒はどうなりますか？夜の生徒をずっと下ろしたままということは。
そこを突かれると困るな。
困るなあじゃねえよ。やっぱ消えちまうってことなんだろ。
そんなの私たちだけ黙ってたって西寮の生徒の家族になんて説明するのよ。残念だけど事故があって西寮大爆発とかするしかないかな。
I don't understand the point of this, because you're just going to cause another accident 20 years later at the school. I'm assuming that's what happened in the first place.
そんな無茶な。
You probably did something stupid experimenting around.
何しろ夜の生徒は魂だけで肉体がない。西寮の生徒の体はどうしても必要なのだよ。そんなことが認められるわけがありません。それは人間としても魔術師としてもあまりに道を外した行為です。
The one thing I just haven't figured out is what the real motivation for it is. I think that it's got to be more complicated than just, trying to revive them. There's got to be something more
彼
to
女の
it.
言う通りですよ。どれだけ待ち望もうが大切な儀式であろうが見て見ぬふりはできません。
そうです。誰かの犠牲の上にしか成し得ない方法なんて間違っている。
I'm trying to think, maybe there's something special about the students from 20 years ago? Maybe that's the reason why they want them? I don't know, though.
君たちの言いたいことはわかる。正論だと思う。しかし優先度の問題なのだよ。西寮の生徒全員の存在より我々にとっては夜の世界の方が大事だったというそれだけのことだ。
Because I'm trying to think, like, maybe their magical ability is higher. Maybe there's some magis among them, but why would they... I don't know, why would they have all of them be revived? I'm just trying to understand the motivation. Clearly there's something about those students that they want or that they need. So I'm just trying to understand what exactly that is. And I'm wondering if you revive them using the body of somebody else, would they still have, like, their magical ability? Because it's not physically them. You're just kind of making it look like them. But I guess their soul is there. Is the soul what houses mana? I'm trying to understand this aspect of it.
そんなどっちも同じ生徒でしょ。
もちろんそうだと思う。
なのに、
Okay.
夜の生徒の方が大事だってのか。
その通りだよ。
どういう理屈でそうなるのよ。
理屈も何も。私にとって夜の生徒たちの方が大事。た
You're
だそれ
saying
だ
two
けだ
different
と
things here,
言ってる
Frida.
じゃないか。
ですから何を根拠に夜の生徒の方が大事だという結論になるのです？
どちらが大事か優先順位を考えた結果だが。
We're getting nowhere. Importance of what? What are they important for to you? What criteria are you prioritizing them
そ
with?
ちらこそ何度同じことを言わせるのかな。
We're not
私
gonna get
に
anywhere,
は
are we?
夜の生徒の方が大切なだけだと言っているだろう。
She's saying to me the night students are more important.
いや、
昼の生徒は大事じゃないんですか。
大事に決まってるだろう。生徒はみんな学園の宝だよ。じゃあなんで優先順位とか決めちゃうの。大事なのに昼の生徒は消えちゃっていいの。仕方がないだろう。夜の生徒たちのためには必要なことなのだよ。
What's with her? Why is she being so stubborn about this?
猛襲ですね。どう考えても異常な理由があるとしか思えない。
Thank you, Louis.
で、改めて
And I don't
お
mean
願
that
いする
like
よ。
jokingly.
すべて忘れてくれないか
無茶言うな。
な。困ったな。あまり強引な手段は取りたくないのだが。
I'm guessing she's gonna play dirty, but I think realistically we would win a fight. Look at this, disciplinary committee members blocking her way beyond her. There aren't actually that many of them. We've got quite a few on our side, so it might be possible to break through. Yeah, that's why they're not gonna play nicely. We got Heidi's perfume too.
どうだい。最後にもう一度だけ聞くが、おとなしく引き下がってくれないかな。
お断りします。
It seems that Muko's come to the same conclusion. She gives a definitive rejection.
仕方がないな。では、一網打尽にしてしまおう。
Disciplinary committee members ready themselves as she says that. Muko, Amaro, you two stay behind me.
来るぞ。
Momo, don't act like you're gonna do anything here. Don't prepare yourself. We'll prepare ourselves. Heidi places a hand on a perfume bottle in her pocket. Momo steps by and removes a long object from under her coat.
それはみんな逃げて。
Heidi screams out and pushes the butler away with all her might. What? What did you just grab out? At almost the same instant, Momo somebody strikes the weapon she's holding against the ground. What? Where were you hiding this? This thing is taller than you! Ripples of light radiate from the prongs. I feel some sort of shock when a bright flash of light blinds my eyes for a brief moment. So, was I right that they hypnotized Momo to make sure that she passed? Because they gotta know that Tsubaki can tell lies, right? Like, they're way ahead of us in planning here. I'm just... I saw this coming, and I keep saying it this whole episode. I kind of told you guys in the start what I thought was going to happen, and it's going, like... I thought they were going to do something maybe the day of. I didn't think they were going to do it this early, but... Maro groans behind me and staggers before falling on his behind. I knew they were onto our plans. Like, there was just no... absolutely no way they didn't know. Tsubaki-chan. Hey. Tsubaki-chan and Sumi-chan collapse from the floor onto the floor without uttering a sound. Murokuma and Muko are in a similar position as Amaro and totter before falling to their knees. Okay, I wasn't sure though with Momo after we kind of like interviewed her though. I was like, she could be hypnotized to just be telling us that she doesn't know anything. we already know from the night students that that's possible, but I thought maybe she was kind of good. I don't know. I thought maybe she was just being used, but it seems like she's in on the whole thing. Butler, who is sent flying, is dangling from the railing on the other side. Hey, are you alright?
逃げて早く
アーデルハイト
Escape, Louis. Oh.
逃げ
Why
な
am I
さい
reading her line?
役目をあなたの役目を
Hey, pull yourselves together.
動けるならあなたも逃げて
So how come me and Louis weren't affected, though? I'm trying to understand why that would be. So from the people that I can tell that got knocked down, they had some sort of level of mana. I don't think we have any, and I don't know about Louis. It's possible that Louis doesn't necessarily have, like, any... He doesn't have magical resistance. He's not really fluent with mana either. It could be something to do with that. I'm just trying to speculate why only these guys were affected. Faints after saying that I haven't run out of energy. The only ones who remain standing are me, Momo, Senpai, and the principal. Oh, the Louis? Where's Louis? I thought Louis got pushed out of the way. Maybe he got knocked down, but maybe he still can move?
あれなんでおやおや古学には聞かなかったかうん低いとは聞いていた
Okay. So I was right.
本当に君は魔力が限りなくゼロに近いようだね
Because that's the only thing I can think of is that we don't have mana. That was an attack whose strength depended on how much mana you had. Because, yeah, if we really, like, look at this, Omaru looks like he's pretty down for the count. Shizuka, you know, we knew he had a lot. I don't know how much Muko has. I think she has, like, a decent amount. Mibu had, I think, probably the most. So that makes sense that she's down. I don't know where Sumi is, though. Oh, that's Sumi right here. I don't know why. The way she was laying right there, it looked like it was a part of Adelheide's dress to me. So I couldn't tell. I was like, oh wait, that's Sumi-chan right there. She just passed the frick out. And the one who did it was Momo-senpai,
ごめん
you.
ねそれじゃあもう一度
It says that in her usual long drawn-out voice and slowly starts swinging the weapon. Damn it, she was our enemy. Tsubaki-chan determined that she wasn't lying, so she have some other way of getting past that. It's the hypnotism!
ああいいよ職員さんどうやら古学には聞かないようだ
What freaking mist is this, though? I'm assuming it is a mist, right? Like, this thing is... It's crazy looking.
そうですか君は動かず魔力を回復したまえ
With a clap of her hands, the disarray committee members standing by the ends of the breezeway
も
approach
う
me.
大丈夫だからみんな回収作業頼むよ
Most of them come out of nowhere. This is probably too much for me to handle alone. In that case, charge at the principal, charge at the chairwoman, grab the nearest allies and escape. Okay, I think charging the principal, not gonna work. Charging at the chairwoman could work. I don't know what we'd gain from that. Or we could grab the nearest allies and escape. I think if we could probably, you know, escape, that would be the best. Muko, hold on tight. I immediately rush to pick up the nearby Muko and forcibly drag Murakumo, who's down on one knee by the
一旦
arm.
引け
Butler shouts out and beckons me from the other side of the railing. Doesn't look like there's any other way out.
待ちなさい
Okay, I do think we have a little bit more of a chance. If we have Muko, we have Murakumo, and then we have Louis. Those are actually like a genuine powerhouse team. Now Muko's not like physically strong, but Muko's good at coming up with plans, so I want her. Murakumo I actually trust because he has, you know, that spirit in his arm. I think he could come in handy as well. And then Louis is just Louis. Like, who would not want Louis on their team, okay? Hell no. With Muko on my shoulder and Murakumo under my arm, I shake off Momo-senpai and jump onto the railing.
そんな無茶な
You're crazy, you bitch. Can't believe you betrayed us like that. Okay, I knew I didn't like Momo. This is why. You're gonna shot from behind me, I leap off. As expected, it's hard to make a clean landing while carrying two people and I lose my balance. I mean, most people wouldn't be able to do that. That would, like, break your legs. And he's just casually doing it with holding two people. Louis, who also jumped down, carries Muko on his back.
すまんが、俺の力では彼女しか無理だ。そっちのお前が担いでこい。
Better than having to carry both, at least. I put Murakumo on my back and run after the butler. The Strike Committee members and Momo Senpai above are making a fuss about something, but I can't afford to stay and listen. So, wow, okay, we got ambushed. Okay, I knew I had a bad feeling about that. I was right.
いや、こっちには見当たらない。
I don't know, it just seemed oddly specific that she wrote a letter, Adelheid that is, to us. I just don't see her doing that. That was really strange to me. And then the fact that she showed up and was like, "What's going on? Why did you invite me? What do you mean? You were supposed to have invited us?" That was what I knew. Oh no, things were going wrong. The Strike Committee members are calling out to each of us with stern looks on their faces as they run past us. Are they gone?
ひとまずは
After running away from the breezeway, we hide in a thicket in the quad to bide our time until our pursuers disappear. Muko and Murakumo are lying collapsed beside me. Muko, you okay? Still no good. When I talk to her, it looks like she's trying to open her eyes, but instantly closes them out of pain. Like she's responding, though. Murakumo, on the other hand, is essentially unconscious. That sword that she had was really cool, though. I want to make a reference to something. I don't know if that's a spoiler, though. There's another certain, like, visual novel, anime kind of thing that has cool swords like that. If you know, you know. I want to let them rest somewhere, but we can't afford to move like this. Avoiding being spotted by any disciplinary committee members while wandering around and carrying these two is next to impossible. What should we do, Louis? Hey, what was that for? Why'd you piss on me? Spray some perfume on me when I open my mouth. Ah, well, you put it in my mouth. Disgusting. Causing me to shield my face and move
心配い
backwards.
りません。
Proceeds to spread on Muko, Murakumo, and even himself. What's the
これであ
perfume?
る程度の時間は追っ手をごまかせるはずです。
See if you mean like they won't notice
そういう
us.
ことです。その二人はどこかでゆっくりと休ませればやがて回復するはずですから。
Yeah, they just need their mana back, so. Alright, help me carry them then. Leave the thicket when Louis, with Louis taking Muko and me taking Murakumo. Okay, coast is clear. Finding an empty classroom, we quickly enter and shut the door. That perfume's amazing. We passed by so many students, but nobody even turned to look at us. Carrying two limp people around in broad daylight would have been enough to make anyone do a double take. Nobody questioned us at all, almost as if we were
そう
invisible.
いう魔術薬ですから。
Louis responds indifferently as he lays Muko down on the floor. Oh, it's okay, Muko. Just rest. It seems that she heard me, but she gives a slight nod and closes her eyes. Murakumo looks like he's reached his limit and is fast asleep. Hey, was that perfume the same one that Heidi used to reduce her presence before?
ベースはそれですが、昨日フラウが改良して調合し直したものです。
Improved it, how?
学園長はヤヌスの鍵を持っていると聞きましたので、緊急時に敵側から鍵を使って居場所を探されないようにと。
I don't know how you did that, but that's awesome. Oh, I see. They could easily reach us using
それ
it.
を阻止するべく感知阻止の効果を持たせてあります。結果的に周囲の人たちからも認識されません。
Also, who knows if you're standing right in front of
少な
them?
くともこちらから話しかけたりしなければ魔術は解けず相手には気づかれません。
Okay, that's important. We need to remember that. So, as long as we don't say anything, that'd be a problem. Got it. A lot more reassuring to have those two on our side. You said that Muko and Murakumo will be fine after they rest,
もう少
right?
し休めば動けるようになるでしょう。
Yeah, I just wonder what the principal, if she kind of wants this plan to fail, or what exactly her real motivation is. Because she invited these two, and they've caused nothing but trouble, right? I think she had to have known that they were going to resist. Unless she really, like, thought they weren't going to be able to, like, do anything against her. I don't know, it just seems weird that she would have invited them. Because so far, they're the only ones who have even, like, been figuring out all this stuff, honestly. Like, if they weren't here, we would have never saw this coming.
ところで先ほどの奇襲なぜあなたは防げたのです？
Huh?
私は立っていた位置がたまたまよくフラウがとっさに有効範囲外に突き飛ばしてくれたおかげですが
Okay, so,
あなた
yeah.
はそうではないでしょう。
She got pushed out of the way. I don't really get it either, but the principal said something about it being due to my lack of mana.
確かに。では対策があるわけではないのですね。
It's a very interesting attack, though, using your own power against you. Those are some of, like, the strongest, in my opinion. I think, like, a good show that does an example of that is Seven Deadly Sins with Meliodas, like, being able to do his, like, counter thing. That's really powerful. Like, use someone's own power against them. He sits down on the floor out of relief before lowering his head and adopting a more formal tone of voice.
申し訳ありませんでした。
Huh? For what?
風紀委員長の持っていた音叉。あれはかつて当家が所有していた魔術道具です。
Oh, okay. So it wasn't necessarily a spear. I don't know why I thought it was a spear, but... Turning forks, that's what it was. That was the mist you were looking for. I'm wondering if this kind of confirms my theory that they can get in and out of the vault. Like, it's never really been sealed. It's just sealed to certain people that they don't want coming in.
はい。ラグエスティアという音波兵器のようなものです。
I think Rito mentioned that before. It deals damage using sound.
光の波紋のようなものが走ったでしょう。あれは範囲内にいるすべての生物の魔力を振動させる音の衝撃波のようなものです。
It's also eerily similar to the weapon they use in Season 5 of Samurai Jack. If you've ever seen that show, really good. Recommend it. At the very least, I recommend Season 5. If you've ever watched it like as a kid, like just go watch Season 5. I mean, the first 4 seasons were made like kind of with children in mind, but Season 5 was like put on like Adult Swim. Definitely really good. And it reminds me of a weapon they kind of featured in that where like when it hits objects, it makes them vibrate and explode. Mana, huh? So that's why it didn't affect
魔力
me.
が高いほど効果は抜群ですから。だからマギエの2人は即座に倒れたのです。
Yeah, they got freaking wrecked. It's like, I mean, they did say it was a weapon for like fighting Maggies, right? Like that is something I heard before.
何かがおかしいとは思っていたのに、もう少しあれのことを気にしておくべきでした。道理で現れなかったはずです。まさかそもそも封印されておらず、聖護院桃香が持っているとは。
Okay, is that true? Like, was it always out, or was it just retrieved? That's right, not only did she have it hidden, Momo-senpai was the one who used it against us. You think Momo-senpai is really our enemy? Does that thing, like, go really compact? Because, like, how did she hide that?
どういう意味です？
Could she be under the control of some spell after all this time interacting with her? I've never pictured her as a bad person. You've talked to her before too, haven't you? He nods. Her expression says that he disagrees with me.
あれはラグエスティアはただの人間に扱える代物ではありません。ですから最初に現れた風紀委員たちはこちらに近寄らず遠巻きに包囲していたのです。
Right.
それは使用者さえ例外ではないのです。あれを食らって平気な人間は理論的には魔力が限りなくゼロに近い人間だけです。と言ってもそんな人間、私も今日初めて見ましたが。
Looks a bit amazed as he looks at me. Oh, am I that
まあ
unique?
それはイレギュラーとして、もう一つだけあれが無効になる場合が考えられます。あなたもすでにそれを一度目にしているはずですが。
One of those what? The chairwoman is a homunculus. Okay, I'm gonna say she's a homunculus. That, I think, makes sense to me. I don't know if that's the right answer.
その通りです。
Okay, good, I'm right. I'm not looking at the guide right now, which is a, you know, scary thing to do, because I might
ホムン
make
ク
the
ル
wrong
スには
decisions,
魂が
but...
ありません。魔力は魂そのものの力ですから、ホムンクルスには魔力もない。
Okay, I was wondering, because he said, like, only certain people can use Ligustia, and then he said, he kind of was implying that it affects the user, too, and it didn't affect her. Oh, mana is the power of the soul. I was wondering about that. So they're trying to revive the Knight students, and I was kind of speculating why that is. Mana is the power of the soul, so they're bringing their soul back. They don't need their physical body. They don't need all of that, but they can bring back them. I'm wondering if they just have like a really high like amount of mana back then for some reason. I'm really wondering what exactly Crowl was doing. So the former, you know, principal of the school, right? Lazaret. I'm wondering what he was doing. If he was experimenting, maybe. I don't know. I'm wondering if the bloodstones have something to do with the students. Like, that's why they died. He used the students. Because let's think about it. There's a similar number of students to the bloodstones. Why would you call them like bloodstones if there wasn't a sacrifice involved in creating them? Am I like onto something here, or am I off? I've surprisingly been right about a lot of things so far, so I don't want to like throw out too crazy of a theory, but I don't know. That's getting me thinking that those stones have something to do. I don't know. Maybe they're planning on taking over the world or something. I don't know what the goal is here, but it's looking more and more suspicious. This man doesn't have a soul. Makame do not man
よっ
either.
てラグエスティアの攻撃はホムンクルスには無効となります。
Yeah, so that's why they were safe. That's why Momo was safe. It doesn't activate and require mana though.
必要ですが、それはラズリットブロッドストーンがあれば問題ありません。
Yeah, but why are they called bloodstones if you don't sacrifice somebody to make them, huh? I never really thought about that before. Bloodstones. And they're gonna use the stones to like bring back the soul. Maybe they're trying to like mold them into this army or something. I don't know. Oh, not good.
あなた方の目撃情報によれば、学園側は大量に所有しているはずでしょう。
Krull was the only one who could make them. Krull apparently makes homunculi. They were using why did they just put the souls into homunculi then? Can Krull not do that? Why does he need the bodies? Momo senpai's homunculus, that's pretty hard to believe.
彼女がホムンクルスではないかと思われる根拠はもう一つあります。
One thing I've noticed with the homunculi, and I think they mentioned it before, is they're all kind of smaller. They're all smaller people. They're not ever really tall. I don't think we've had an example of a taller one. Because if we think about it, Rito is one. And then apparently Momo is. And they're both kind of shorter girls, right? They're not really too tall. And then we've kind of seen, like, the imperfect homunculi are all small, too. That's not implying the principles of homunculi, is it? Like, so Krull is the Ermine, okay? That's the theory I'm going with. And then the principal herself is also homunculi. I don't have anything to disprove that, but I don't have anything to prove it either. I don't know. That is...
私が呼び出してしまったミストのランプです。ずっとなぜ私の前に現れたのかが不思議だったのですが。
I mean the one that shrunk the principal, Momo senpai.
あの時私はホムンクルスについていろいろと考え込んでいました。ホムンクルスならラグエスティアを使用できるが、どうやってそのホムンクルスを見分けるかといったことです。
The lamp appeared as a solution to your problem? Mister attracted to one's troubles and desires. What he's saying fulfills that
おそらくそうだ
requirement.
ったのでしょう。しかし、今更分かっても遅すぎますが。
So wait, the lamp only shrunk homunculus? So that's why we had the encounters with the bright flash of lights before when we were chasing it and we didn't get shrunk. We also didn't turn bigger either. Is that what... Am I understanding this correct? That's why Rito seemed to be acting a bit weird when we returned it to her.
獅子型に牛尾が持って行ったのが回収したミストなの。
Yeah, that's right. Reaction because what she was told that it was actually a lamp that shrunk humans, while the one we retrieved was different. We thought it was strange but never brought it up because we never asked about it. In other words, the lamp wasn't the one that shrunk humans. According to what Louis said, it was probably the one that shrunk homunculi. Oh, that does confirm the principle then! Aw, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, no. This is getting so good. Why is the last part of this game so freaking good? I don't understand. It's... everything's coming together in such a beautiful way. There's so much stuff like that I'm like just now realizing, and it's so good. So good. The second game has been like so much better than the first. Like I understand the first is kind of like the stepping stone to greater things. It's the introduction of the world building, right? It's absolutely necessary. But like now that we've kind of got through all that slog and we got into this game, it's just been non-stop good stuff. Oh, I'm so hyped right now. Wait, but that would mean the first one to be shrunk by it
学園
was...
長でしたね。
Please don't show a flashback of her and then
おかしいと思いませんでしたか？渡り廊下で我々が詰め寄った時の学園長の受け答え。
Yeah, that's because she's under that hypnotism thing too. The Irvine is in charge. I am telling you right now, it all makes sense now. It's making so much sense. So much sense. We weren't getting through to her at all.
待ってピーちゃんやめて許せない葵やめてって言った分かったわもう言わないようにするから話してあげて葵ピー頑張るよ
It's the same as Peach-on.
同じでしょう。ホムンクルスにとっては主人の命令だけが絶対。だから理屈が全く通じない。
So what the hell was going on in Fujito's route? Why did we even do all that? Even the principal is a homunculus. It was dubious whether she was human or not to begin with, since she looks like a child. I don't trust anybody who looks like a child now. Surprised at first, but I got perfectly used to it after living here for a while.
やはり分が悪い。
Muttering that, he stands up deep in thought. What's the matter?
申し訳ありませんが、私は学園を出ます。
What?
日が暮れると結界で出られなくなるでしょう。脱出するなら今のうちですので。
You're just gonna leave us to defend for ourselves. Yes, but hey, what about Heidi? Are you gonna leave her here while you run away?
相手がホムンクルスとなると、おそらく手段は選ばないでしょう。命に関わる場合もある。そして私には、命に変えても守らなければならないものがありますので。
You're saying Heidi's not important as that. She's your mistress. Aren't you supposed to be protecting her? Ray merely shakes his head without saying a word. Louis.
バインベルガーの家は魔術師の家ではありますが、それは家の者が魔力を持っているからではないのです。なぜなら、魔力は遺伝しないからです。当然、マギへの能力も遺伝しない。
So is it kind of random whether you have mana at all? That would explain why we don't, but our sister does.
バインベルガーが魔術師足り得るのは、様々な魔術薬の調合法をきちんと今に伝えているからです。
I'm guessing the reason why they were invited to school in the first place was to kind of get rid of them. Maybe they were threats.
ですから当主は全ての調合の知識を頭に叩き込まれている。そしてその当主のそばにいる私は、その知識のバックアップを守るのが役目なのです。
Doesn't seem like a good idea to keep the two people who know everything together. It's kind of like when certain important people like fly together, they fly actually separately. Like when they're traveling somewhere, if they don't all fly, in case like one plane goes down, you know, you always have the successor in like a different one, things like that. Oh shit, we're actually getting to see. Okay, I've been wondering what's under the eye patch for a long time. I'm glad they're finally showing it. Who's the eye patch covering his right eye? At a glance, I can tell the eye underneath is artificial. That shows what's on the other side of the eye patch. A small memory card is embedded in it. So basically, your mistress is useless as long as the data is
そう
safe.
いうことです。
And you're okay with that.
お互い納得しています。だからフラウは最後に、逃げろ、役目を忘れるなとおっしゃった。
You can't be serious. Those can't be your true feelings. You're so worried about it here. Are you telling me that was an act? No, I don't think it was an act. I think he genuinely cares about her. Well, she cares about her, but she knows her duty. Okay.
あなたに何がわかる?
Her cheeks redden, and she casts away his typical calmness when it says, I wanna. We know that she's a girl, and it's just we haven't gotten to that part yet. Very the money. He doesn't actually want to desert her. At the very least, I can tell you that you don't want to leave her here and run away by yourself.
そういうことじゃない。魔術を今の時代につなぐことがどれほど困難か。
I think he needs to help us though, because I think there's much bigger consequences if we just let all this go down.
俺たちにはその歴史と伝統を守ってきた誇りがあるんだよ。
His attitude and tone of voice doesn't resemble that of the butler anymore as he starts
あ
yelling
い
at
つ
me.
がどんな思いで逃げろと言ったと思っている。バインベルガー家の人間としてなすべきことを心得ているからこそだ。
Is this really the time to be concerned about your reputation? You're just going to sacrifice Heidi then. She wanted to keep you alive. Okay, let me make sure I'm going to make the right decision here. I don't know. I could see it being... I could see it being one of the first two, but let me double check. Okay, I guess this one's technically not important, but it's actually the third one, is what my guide says to do. Get out of here alive now. Who's the one who doesn't understand her feelings? I'm sure that what you're trying to protect is important to Heidi as well, but that's not the only thing. You yourself are important to her, so she tried her best to save you. Yet you still want to leave her
アーデル
behind.
ハイトはそうしろと。
She told you not to forget your duty. She was referring to what's in the back of your eye patch, right? Then all you have to do is keep that safe and save Heidi at the same
簡
time.
単に言ってくれるがな。それが困難だとさっきから。
Aren't you giving up too easily? It's still way too early to be doing that. No matter how determined she might have been, if you run away now, can you be sure that you'll never regret this? What you're trying to keep safe is important to the family, so I'm sure nobody would blame you for it. But what about you? Can you live the rest of your life without blaming yourself? Several seconds pass in silence. He must have been picturing the future full of despair. With a scowl on his face and frustration in his voice, he mutters,
いや、きっと一生。
So let's keep fighting back. We want to recover our friends, too. So please lend us a hand. I'm sure it'll work out if we work
能
together.
天気だな、お前は。
Yeah, I feel like we're possibly being a little bit naive right now, but, you know, call it optimism. He forces a smile on his face, trying to hide his
わかった
embarrassment.
よ。お前の諦めの悪さにもうしばらく付き合ってやる。
お
Thanks.
話が済んだのはいいですが、
Hell yeah, Ushio's ready. Let's get this done. Let's fight back. Muko.
気がついていたのか。
あんなに大騒ぎされたのでは寝ていられません。隠れている意味がないですよ。
But we needed to talk because we learned so much in that whole conversation. That's up on that floor. On the floor, though, it looks like it's still tough for her. Oh, sorry, you don't have to force yourself.
もう大丈夫です。ルイさん、
なんだ。
ありがとうございます。正直、あなた方の魔術知識がないと、私たちだけで
Oh, yeah, we'd
は
be so
成功は困難でした。
例ならそこのお人よしに言え。
そうですか。古賀くん、かっこよかったですよ。
Hell yeah.
珍しく。
Of course we're cool. What do you mean? Us kicking down the door was the coolest thing we've ever done. Where did that come from?
いえ、興奮して話がこじれるようならほきようかと思ったのですが。
Why you?
いいコンビだな、お前ら。
I agree. They're a cute pair for sure. I really liked him and Adelheid though. They were kind of cute together as well. The little awkwardness from before never existed. Even Louis is teasing me with a smile on his face. Shut up, we got better things to do than spout nonsense.
そうですね。とにかく対策を練らなければ。
Louis replaces his eye patch without saying a word. There's just an ordinary artificial eye under that eye patch, huh?
何があると思ってたんだ。
Something that could shoot lasers, maybe. I don't know. Having an eye patch on makes you look really chuny, so I was thinking maybe he had like some kind of magical eye, you know? That'd be kind of cool.
出るわけないだろう。お前は執事を何だと思ってるんだ。
状況を整理しましょう。
Conversation was headed in a crazy direction, but Muko jumps in to steer it back on track.
あ、もう面倒だから敬語はなしでいくぞ。まず、風紀委員長と学園長だが、あの二人はホムンクルスだと見て間違いないだろう。
Oh yeah, absolutely. Louis repeats what he said about Ligustia's attack not phasing him in the lamp that shrunk the two of them.
なるほど。それでミブさんに同行してもらったのに、聖護院先輩の内心が見抜けなかった理由も説明がつきますね。
ホムンクルスには魂がないからな。マギアには魂の揺らぎを見て嘘を見抜ける者がいるが、魂がなくては無理だ。
And I feel like they wouldn't even know they're lying. Speaking of which, didn't she mention at some point that she could read the principal's couldn't read the principal's true intentions
そ
either.
もそも魂がないからだったのですね。
Honestly, even if she was a human, I would have said the same thing. How are we supposed to stop
一
them?
番早いのは魔力が切れることだが、あの二人はミストを使っている以上、ラズリットブロッドストーンを持っている。もしくは最初から体内に埋め込まれている可能性もある。
では物理的に抑えなければ半永久的に稼働できるのかもしれませんね。
That's annoying.
聖護院先輩の持っているミストは近づくことすら困難ですからね。
Making people faint its only ability.
私は今のところそれ以上の不調はないようですが。
基本的にそれだけだ。そもそもマギアを生き捕りにするための道具だからな。捕まった連中も今頃はまだ気を失ったままかもしれん。
Though there's no way Momo senpai and the principal left them in the breezeway, they probably took them
どこ
somewhere.
にいるのか気にはなりますが、闇雲に探し回るのは危険でしょうね。
Want to check out what Momo senpai and the principal are up to? We're still under the effect of the perfume,
もう
right?
しばらくは大丈夫だと思う。しかし手持ちがもう少ないからな。
ではお願いしましょう。切り札は多い方がいいです。
I'm kind of concerned that they're gonna catch us there. What about us? Oh, and who had the ingredients for the fireworks?
作った分はマギアの二人に渡したはずだ。
それなら確か練習用に少し持ち出した以外は分室に保管してあったはずですよ。
Could go grab that too. That most students should know
な
about it.
ら私も行きます。
Though you still look pale, shouldn't you continue
村
resting?
雲くんほどではないですよ。
Oh, this guy finally awake. Hearing his name being called, he opens his eyes and looks towards us. Oh, you're awake.
なんだここどこだ
We ran into a random empty classroom. It doesn't seem like you can move, so keep
私
sleeping.
たちは様子を探って必要なものを取ってきますから。
Unable to get up, he obediently closes his eyes again. Luca, are you sure you're feeling
君を
okay?
一人で行かせる方が不安です。
まあしばらくは香水の効果があるから下手に誰にも接触しなければ大丈夫だろ
Alright then, don't push yourself too much,
心
okay?
得ています。
う。なら手っ取り早く済ませよう。
We still haven't figured out what happened to Matsuki, though. That's the only element I'm
誰もいません
finding,
ね。
not finding any clues to yet. Heading down to the basement, we open the door to the bureau office and see that it's empty as expected. We were a bit cautious in case they were planning on ambushing us here, but it turns out we didn't need to be.
それにしても本当に誰にも見とがめられませんでしたね。
Yeah, it's perfect. We passed by some disciplinary committee members on our way here, but the perfume did its job and they completely ignored us. It's a bit unsettling, to be honest. Where are the fireworks?
ありました。これで全部です。
Great, I would have panicked if they gotten their hands on
学
this.
園側はまだここへは誰もよこしていないのでしょう。
We were all called to the breezeway, so they probably didn't see the
ガ
need
ラスマ
to.
くんたち無事だといいのですが。
Principal doesn't have anything against any of them, so I'd like to think she won't do anything crazy. Hearing the sound of the door opening from behind me, I'm immediately on guard as I turn around.
ガ
Amaro!
ラスマくん、
あ、
Amaro appears and he doesn't look particularly alert or anything.
よかった二人ともここにいたんだ
I'm a little concerned. Where the frick did you come from? You got knocked out.
大丈夫二人とも目を覚ましてよ
目を
Amaro tears up as he looks back at him in shock. What on earth are you
二
saying?
人ともなんか変な暗示かけられてるんだって
暗示私たちが
そうだよだってミッチーたちが聖護院先輩を襲うだなんてそんなことするはずないし
No, you're the one hypnotized, Kotaro. And that's what I assumed was gonna happen if he's just walking around. Because they probably need these students to still be there, you know? It would be weird if they're just missing.
お願いだから正気に戻ってよねえいつもの二人に戻ってよ
You know, it's
だ
not
から
like...
二人がおかしくなってるのは変なアンチのせいなんだってば。
Maru and the Virgin Tears approaches us and Muko, and I glance at each other blankly.
戻っていたの。
アーデルハイト。
I'd go back to the guest room without being noticed and was getting the perfume. At some point, Adelheid appeared behind me and called
さ
out
す
to
が
me.
にお前には香水は効かないか。
魔術の痕跡をたどれば見破れる。知っているはずよ。
まあな。
Spent the other day investigating those after all. I think she's hypnotized as well. I'd expected they wouldn't work on her, but I never thought she'd come
そ
straight
れ
here.
でやけに平然としてるが。
正気に戻りなさい、ルイ。あなた暗示をかけられているのよ。
暗示？俺が？
ええ、そうよ。あなた騙されているのよ。
俺が？
信じられないことを信じ込まされ、敵でない人と争おうとしているの。
I was confused for a second when she said trap. What she's saying is definitely odd.
待て。暗示をかけられているの。
It's you, Adelheid, not me.
待ってください。やっぱりおかしいです。私たちは確か学園の陰謀を止めるために動いていたはず。
Yes,
陰謀？
right.
何言ってるの、牛尾さん。
何ってみんなで話したでしょ。学園側が企んでいる計画を。
やっぱり暗示解けないんだね。
Hold on, Amara. We're not hypnotized after all. We...
そんなわけのわからないことを信じ込まされるなんて。ごめん、二人とも。
Mara reveals what he's holding behind his back. Oh no. He's phrased before we can dodge it. My vision goes black.
借りたけど、こんなの使いたくなかったんだけど。ごめん。
You hear Amara's voice mixed with sobs as my consciousness fades. Dang. Guys. あ
予想以上に暗示が強いみたいね。
それはこちらのセリフだ。
Take out a perfume bottle from my pocket. However, Adelheid is a split second faster and sprays a bottle of some magical compound at me.
ごめんなさい。止めるにはこうするしかないわ。
あで。はい。
Oh, we're so screwed, aren't we? My hands lose their strength and I drop the perfume bottle I was holding. Are we gonna have to rely on Shizuka? Shizuka's gonna be the one to save the day. I mean, this makes sense. I mean, they've been kind of building him up to kind of be the hero and have his moment, right? So this is good, actually. But he's definitely got his little magical helper, Morphe. Sounds of people passing by in the hallway penetrate through the walls. I think we're gonna actually end the episode here because we're clearly getting close to the big reveal of the plan getting into action and things like that. Lots of big reveals though this episode. I think there's going to be some other kind of big reveal in the next episode about what the plan actually is and how that's going to work, and we're going to see that kind of put into play. But I want to save that for when we have enough time because it might be a little bit of a longer episode, so I want to make sure I definitely have time to cover all that. Anyways, you guys, I hope you're enjoying this as much as I am. This was awesome. Like, the past few episodes have just been so good. Like, non-stop reveals. Like, there's always been some kind of, like, big shocker. And it just keeps getting more. It just makes me wonder if there's any other, like, homunculus that we don't know of. Who knows? But I think we got most of probably the big homunculus reveals out of the way. You know, the principal, Rito, and then now Momo as well. So good. It's getting so good. I'm waiting for them to reveal the Ermine. Oh gosh, I'm sounding like Fukito. Anyways, you guys, we'll save that for next episode, and I'll see you guys soon.